Good evening, folks. Welcome to the backyard here at home. Tonight I'm going to light up a lantern. I've not showed this one on the channel before. This is one of the very few Canadian models that me and my dad have. This one is a Easy Light. It's a model 621B, and it is from January of 1981. I bought this probably about a year ago or so off of eBay. And well, here, I'll bring the camera over here before I light it up. After I got it and showed it on the Coleman Facebook group, people said that these lanterns were very prone to overheating and melting the O-rings, and then they would flare up and burn that knob off of there. Supposedly a lot of the 621Bs, the knob is all charred black. So after I got it, I built a heat shield for it out of a lid off of a tomato juice can. Cut it out so that it goes around the generator, around the air tube. And then I cut notches on each side where the lighter goes up in there. The bolt in the middle of it there that goes down into the fount, I had to cut off a longer bolt to make it long enough to get that up high enough so that there's a little bit of space between the tomato juice can lid and the bottom, but it seems to work really good. Nothing around the bottom here. When it's running, you can grab that and nothing gets excessively hot, so seems like it works pretty good. So let's go ahead. I shook it and it feels like it's pretty full of fuel. I haven't ran this for a few months now, but it seems like it's pretty full of fuel. So let's go ahead and pump it up and see if it'll light. Actually, we'll come around the other side. You'll get a better view from over here. So let's get my fingers out of the way. And then let's pump this up and see if it'll light. This one should be, it seems like it always lights really easily, so it should be able to light with just the lighter that I got in my pocket. These are single mantle lanterns, but they've got a 500 candle power 500 candle power mantle in them, and they are bright. I may have to get a light that reaches up in there farther, or maybe not. This one's always lit really well for me, and once it gets going, it is bright. Now, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a light and an on, and once it gets burning bright, you turn it all the way to on, and it is good to go. There was a bunch of these lanterns came up for sale as surplus up in Canada about a year ago, and shortly after they came up for sale as surplus, they started showing up on eBay, and that's when I picked this one up. And I honestly don't think it has been used hardly at all. When I got it, you could see that the mantles that were on it were burned and had been used. but I honestly don't think this has been used more than once or twice before I got it. It is in really good shape. Like I said, they are extremely bright. There you can see on the knob, there's the off position, and then when you turn it up to start it, it goes right past the clean, so that runs a pricker rod, and then the light position is there, and then once it lights, you turn it down to the on position. And this one has, every single time I've lit it, even the first time I lit it after I bought it, it lit right up just like that. I've got one of my made in the Philippines Coleman 500 candle power mantles on there, and it is just blazing bright. When I bought it, it came with the case, which is a Canadian Coleman case. They've probably been together since they were brand new. I'm going to let this burn for a couple hours, and after it's good and dark, I'll come back out and film a little bit more. Okay folks, the old 621B is still going strong out here. I have to go get my oldest boy from his job. So I'm going to pump this up before I go and just let it burn while I'm gone. It's only been about an hour and a half since I lit it. And it'll only take me about a half hour to go pick him up and bring him back here. Apparently those people are in a hurry. I don't know how much fuel was in it for sure when I lit it, but I shook it and it felt like it was probably 2/3 or 3/4 full, so it ought to last at least another 4 or 5 hours. I'll check back in with you later. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I remembered that I've not closed up the chicken coop yet. So let's take the old 621B back here and close up the chicken coop. We'll go on back here, close up the chickens for the night. I've already gathered eggs, but haven't shut the door on the chicken coop yet. Last time I did this, it was way colder than it is tonight. Certainly was not in short sleeves that day. Looks like they're all in there. We got a broody hen way back in the back, sitting on the laying box. Okay, we'll pump this thing up one more time, even though it's still blindingly bright. We'll pump it up one more time. Give it a couple more hours before I go to bed. Okay, there we go. We'll check back in a couple more hours. Alright folks, it's about 1:20 in the morning. The old lantern is still out here burning bright. I'm going to shut her down because I know it'll take about a half hour before this is cooled off enough that I want to put it back in the case. So we're going to go ahead and shut her down, let it cool off so I can go to bed. Thanks for watching tonight. Please consider hitting the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Come back next week. We'll have another video for you to watch then.